What's up, beautiful souls? Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy Loon is back with another Reddit read, and you guys see it in the title. I hope you guys are in the mood to cringe because we are back on r/IncelTears. For those of you guys that don't know, r/IncelTears is arguably one of the cringiest and goofiest subreddits out there, full of the worst, and I mean the worst types of incels out there. We're not talking about the chill ones. We are talking about the absolute villains that just victimize and just hate everyone out there. So yeah, let's see what's popping today. We got the this week's top post, and yeah, let's just get it right into it. So this first post, the top liked is, quote, "Girls only date older men." Says who? All right, we got a 40-year-old guy here. "I effing hate you and hope you unalive." And then we got an 18-year-old girl. "I prefer guys my age." Yeah, 40-year-old going on to 18 is crazy. And you know what's like absolutely insane? We often see this as a dynamic. Like, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm talking about you. No, just playing. When I was 15, a guy who was visibly approaching middle age was in line behind me at a water park and struck up a conversation with me and my older brother. We're very social people, so it was fine at first, but then he told me he'd been noticing me. And at that point, we both empathetically told him I was 15. Oh, emphatically, sorry. He started backpedaling and didn't sound nearly as shocked as he should have if he really didn't know. Yeah, here's my thing. If you're a dude that lacks any sense out there, then you shouldn't even be in this position. I mean, I feel like every human being should know most of the time when someone looks young. Now, yeah, you can say whatever, "Oh, but that's jailbait." That's disgusting, first of all. If you are even trying at anyone that is considered jailbait, that's a weird term to say, but you should probably just know. If it's even a maybe that there could be underage, no, brother, that's disgusting. Why are you even going for young girls around the 18 range? That's just nasty. I, as a 28-year-old, cannot even imagine relating to an 18-year-old. Anyways, so we got this next post, a comic, all right? "I like muscular guys. I like chubby guys. I like skinny guys." We got 3 girls here saying that. We got a guy popping in saying, "See, all women want tall and muscular guys. Anyone that says otherwise are virtue signaling." Yeah, this is a very interesting dynamic on incel ideology, especially with incel IS type of folks. Oftentimes we see incels, I mean, they're misery love company. They love to complain and they think that everything is in their male gaze and that there could no way could there be girls that like other things, right? Anyways, all right, incel gets owned. Okay, here we go. So is this 4chan or something? Oh my God, is that the girl from Game of Thrones? All right, anyways, "I wish I lived in Viking times." Okay, maybe this is from like Viking show. Why would you want to live in Viking times? That's like the worst time to live. "Live in a small village in Skyrim somewhere everyone belongs." Well, Skyrim's not even Viking times. That's like mythological. But all right, "Sail on long ships with childhood friends." That sounds awful. "Raid cities and take whatever you want." Oh, brother. "Hungry, take it by force. Lonely and not good with women. Just capture some slaves and pick out the prettiest one as your own. Too bad it's 2018. Bro, what? Dude, I feel like some of these guys need to be looked at, like genuinely, like their mental and everything, because that is, you kind of borderline just saying that you're into, you know, and you guys can fill in the dots on what that is. That's fucking nasty, bro. What the hell? Why would anyone want this? And also, here's my take. I bet you this guy who is saying this isn't a guy that could be strong enough to take anything by force. That's just my theory. Just my theory. I doubt that he would be able to raid cities. And if he's on I don't know. I'm just using context clues. I'm assuming that this guy has not what it takes. Yeah, that is one of the worst times to live in history. With the exception of like maybe the plague era and stuff like that. I mean, Viking times was awful. You could get murked, and like I'm pretty sure that life expectancy was like 30. I think people, especially guys like this that watch Hollywood and just imagine that, oh yeah, life was like that, this and that. First off, most of the time Hollywood depiction is depicting what it would be like in the eyes of what, a king, a knight, a very famous character. 99.9% of the population was not doing that. They were probably like tending to land. You ain't had a phone either, buddy. All right, anyways, I'm getting way too historical about this. Someone commented and said, "You could still take war bribes if you visit Uganda." What? What makes you think you'd be the one raiding villages or rich enough to have S-slaves? You'd probably be unalived of illness or murder by the age of 11. The Vikings are then are athletes and chads of today. Your position in the hierarchy wouldn't magically change. Yeah, and I would argue that your position would be worse. Because if you were frail in Viking times, they pretty much thought of you as a like loser. Like I'm serious. And I could be wrong, but I mean that's like they valued strength so much in the Viking community, at least from what we see from the Viking sagas and also the limited knowledge of history we have on them. Also, fun fact, guys, did you guys know that Viking helmets that we depict in like Hollywood and like, you know, shows and stuff isn't actually at all historically accurate to what Viking helmets would be? Just fun fact, like the horn stuff. Ooh, all right. We got really guys, question mark. It's funny that they blurred this out. This is r/short guys. I just know it by this little Wolverine thing. Brutal, ... All right. We got a 165 centimeter handsome fit guy, 183 centimeter skinny, scared looking frail guy with 3 girls. Notice that this is like AI and stuff because you can't find a picture of real people doing this. This is, again, the mentality of like, because I'm not getting what I want, this has to be true kind of thing, you know? Also, what is 106? I'm American and I'm dumb, so I need to know. Oh, 5'4". That's me! I should know that, right? I'm 165 centimeters. I think I'm exactly, no, I'm a little bit more than, wait, what would 6 to be? Yeah, I'd probably be 166, but that's the same because I'm like 5'4.5". But who's counting? What's 183? 6 feet? Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's been times that I've seen taller, unattractive men pull and then short guys, but I think it comes down to charisma too. I think it's like genuinely, and I say this all the time, I think it's like a stat line, right? Imagine you're playing a sports game or you're building a character, Skyrim even for say, and you have all this skill trees and stats, right? This guy has the tall stat. That is an important stat. All these stats can weigh in to a girl's preferences, right? But, you know, charisma is important, you know, fitness, it just all varies. And you want to hit as many boxes as you can if you're going for a vast amount of women, but technically you only need to be going for women that fit you, right? So you only really need to fit whatever that is. But yeah, I digress. It's hard to explain to guys that just complain. So, all right, next one, crying about not being able to find a V. Oh my God. Like what's up with these guys that want like untouched, you know? Well, maybe because they haven't lost it yet either. Then maybe I could maybe understand that. All right, so we got men. Remember this: your future depends on it. Alpha mentality on Twitter/X. All right, when you buy a used car, you have to pay the price for the damage done by others. This post is not about cars, son. Classic. Another day goes by where we compare women to inanimate objects. It's just so funny, man. And you know, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they actually genuinely are funny, and even though they're totally like misogynistic, I can giggle at some of them. This one is just a bad one because like it just didn't even make sense. I would rather buy a used like sports nice car than a new like Camry or something. I mean, Camry's a good car too, but you know, you get what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't make sense. You have to pay the price for the damage done by others. What if there's no damage on the car, you know? And then like damage done by others. I've met many women that have had sexual history that hasn't impacted their mental at all. I would argue that it actually has benefited me because they are actually experienced in bed and I don't have to explain stuff, which is nice. Yeah. But I digress. Yeah, that's a silly one. I actually want to read the comments on this one. Comparing women to objects again, are we? How new and creative. Yeah, it's always a new thing. I mean, the same thing. So by that logic, imbeciles bitch and moan that they deserve a brand new car, top of the line, unused car because they have hands, but have no license and no driving experience and think that they'll be good enough drivers because they watch animated videos of ponies driving cars. Then get angry at people with licenses driving cars. Wow, that was actually a great comparison. That was spot on. Dear idiot OOP, please do not damage V's. The end. Yeah. Dear Idiot OOP, any car salesman will tell you that it's not a good idea to buy a brand new car. It's better to get a used one with a few miles on it because A, value depreciates, occurs the moment you sign the paperwork, so you've got lost money before you've even driven it. And B, a used car will have bugs worked out of it. Also, women aren't cars, mouth breather. Okay, well, that. I mean, I agree. It's just a little boring of a post. Oh, I gotta be careful with this. Incel.is. Oh, we actually did explore this one already on my last Incel.is post. Let's read it again because it's a quick one. But for those of you guys that have seen the Incel.is one, you guys can skip this a little bit. But is it as brutal as being a sad, lonely incel? Oh God, I already know where this is going. All right, so some guy on Incel.is posted, "A man gets Chad's leftovers. This is the same woman." And they have a picture of a girl with Dan Bilzerian, which is like this, at the time of the post, really rich, like self-proclaimed playboy dude who paid girls to be around him all the time and stuff. And then we now have her years later, by the way, happy with the family and, looks like a really nice guy and not r/nice guys, like an actual genuine nice guy and a little cute daughter. And that's awesome. And I think that's amazing. But then their post is, "This man gets the leftovers. The guy on the right gets her when she's all chubby. Chad dumps her for another hotter woman, and then she uses this man for beta bucks and settles down. Brutal." First off, I didn't think she was that much chubbier, and also she just gave birth, so she's definitely just like going through the motions of that, like being a mom. That's normal. Second, I feel like anyone that ages in general is just gonna look a little bit different. And then third, final thing is, everybody has a past dating experience. What? If you don't have a past dating experience, you're probably an incel. Like, honestly, I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, by definition, the way these incels get jealous because women are loved, cherished, and wanted. LMAO, Cope Major. Yeah, that just means she's wanted by two guys, while this guy is not wanted by anybody. Because he's thinking like this. Not even because of anything else. Just stop thinking like this, bro. It'll help you. In the photo is a child. I assume it's theirs. She gave that beta a child. Isn't that what they want? Yeah, I mean, I want a kid eventually. How is the guy on the left Chad, but the guy on the right not Chad? Because he's wearing a shirt? Yeah, for real. It's so silly. And then you could also argue this guy looks tall. So like, what is he a Chad? Yes, independent women are destroying my incel culture. Okay, here we go. We're an r/Indian meme. Is that a thing? This is how modern feminism is destroying our culture. ... Heartbreak emoji. Shon Kapoor tweets out, or a woman will happily copy her boss's culture, politics, and opinions to save her job. But when it comes to her husband, suddenly independent thinking kicks in. Obedient to employer, rebellious at home, modern feminism decoded. I don't think this is true at all. What are you even talking about? What? A woman will happily copy her boss's culture, politics, and opinions to save her job. Yeah, some people probably do that. Yeah, also, some people probably don't do that. But when it comes to their husband, I don't think that's true either. I know a lot of people that when they get in relationships, they start thinking of things like their partner more than anything. Maybe this guy has been in bad relationships where this has been a thing, but I don't think that counts for all of women. Yeah, these guys love to generalize. Imbecile. I want a mommy maid with S privileges. Women. But aside from your pee-pee, what else can you offer in a relationship? I mean, you can cook. Can you cook? Imbecile. Modern feminism is destroying our culture. But the employer pays me and offers benefits, retirement plans, ... Nothing at all is secure about being a housewife or mother. Yeah, that's weird. All right, this is so sad. All right, we got certified incel on X. That's a wild name. And I don't get this. Why is it that they use, like, short guys and incels use Vegeta as a reference? You know, Vegeta is actually one of the hardest working Dragon Ball Z characters. He's fit, works absolutely hard, does not give up, constantly chases something that he knows he can't even attain, being the strongest, right? And he also pulls. Have you seen his wife? Absolutely pulled, bro. Unit. I love it. Look at this. That's early. Sorry, I don't mean to get on an anime harp, but yeah, I just never understood their obsession with Vegeta. But let's read this. Just another day in my incel life. Blew my entire paycheck $1,000 gambling at a casino. What Okay, that's terrible. I feel so sorry. You should not be doing that then. Probably not gambling. 1,000 is crazy. You should, at some point, you got to know when to stop, buddy. What else am I supposed to be doing to be social? Go out, drink. There's free things too. You don't even have to involve alcohol at all. I mean, you could literally just go out downtown and walk around, go shopping. And like, there's so many things. Coffee shops, coffee socials. There's even socials thrown by them. I probably have autism. Nobody wants me as to be my friend. My heart hurts so much right now. I was just driving past all the bars and saw people my age that's supposed to be me. Being 6'4", handsome, and women talking to me at clubs and bars. It hurts so bad, losing so much money gambling. I hate myself for it. And I hate being a effing incel and slowly being unalived alone. How do you guys deal with it? Hashtag incel. You know, I'm not gonna talk down on this guy besides the Vegeta thing, but I mean, I feel bad for this guy, genuinely. This sucks. And you know, regardless if it's, you know, not getting women, losing money, it doesn't matter. Most people have gone through something in their life where it sucks, and you kind of feel like you look down upon yourself on that. And I like, trust me, I've been there when I was younger, especially. There's been things that I've done. Shit, I got scammed once, guys. You know how fucking stupid I felt after that? I lost some money off of that, and I was just like, damn, like I could have kept beating myself up. I did beat myself up for a little bit about it. But you know, you gotta think about at what point. And this is not me bullying. This is me trying to give my personal opinion and advice. At what point do we have to be accountable for our own actions and our own doing, accept that what happened and move on and improve and learn from our mistakes? And that's because that's all we can do. You can sit here, bitch and complain. And don't get me wrong, sometimes bitching and complaining is nice. And I do it too. I do it for a little bit. But at what point do you suck it up and move on? And if you want something to happen with your life, you do moves to make the possibilities of that said thing happen. Doesn't matter about dating, doesn't matter about making money, buying a house, whatever. At the end of the day, any goal, anything in life that you want, unless you're freaking the 1.0001% that was just born with everything. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who have to work for stuff, you know? Everyone has to work for whatever, period. And you have to make steps towards that. And I feel bad for this guy because I totally been here before in terms of feeling, not in terms of the incel stuff, but like, it sucks. And, you know, I hope that he figures it out, starts taking accountability and starts moving in a good direction, you know? I wish I could talk to him. I would hope to help him. Even with the gambling thing, I try not to gamble. I like gambling. I like sports gambling. I try to limit it to like $5, $10 though, because I know that once you get into the hundreds, 50s, even, it gets dangerous. I think the biggest bet I've ever put in my life was $20. Yeah, this guy needs therapy and probably medication and rehab. I'm gonna say maybe. I think he needs therapy. Yes, probably. I'm going to say therapy the most likely. Medication is 50-50, probably also, actually. No, I actually agree with this now that I'm thinking about it. Rehab, I'm not too sure about. It depends on how bad his gambling addiction is. It's hard to determine based off of just this, but if he's doing this often, yes, he does. Once upon a time, I didn't really believe in gambling addiction, but 3 years of dealing blackjack in a casino convinced me otherwise. The dopamine regulation malfunction is real. Oh, 100%. A gambling addiction is real, and it's kind of insane to see how much gambling has become just pushed into Western culture. I'm not saying that it should be illegal by any means. I think it should just be more educated on. People should know how to safely gamble. But yeah, if you don't think you can control yourself, don't even get into it. Sorry, I don't mean to harp on this post that much, but that one kind of like, you know, it hit a little close to home. All right, this next one says, incel pics fight with Indian women inside of a hotel telling them that their clothes are destroying Indian culture. Meanwhile, wearing Western clothes himself. Interesting. Hindutrif groups, I don't know, I have definitely butchered that. This is an r/United States of India, by the way. Created ruckus at a hotel where audition of Miss Rishikesh was taking place. They claimed the women are not dressed according to Indian culture. What? This is what you're talking about? What are you even... what is dress to Indian culture even mean? What is Indian culture dressing? What's the difference between this right here, showing like that belly, and what she's wearing? I'd actually argue that some of these outfits are showing more skin. They're definitely more Indian eloquent, like, but what is the difference? And yeah, let's hear him out for a bit. Let's hear this conversation. I could be completely wrong. I mean, not understand anything, but let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna lie with you guys. I don't understand any of this, so I'm not gonna play it all. But it looks like he is yelling. Oh, there's some translation maybe. Thank you, thank you. And they're here for an event, and dude's judging them. Dude, what a puss. You're also wearing Western clothes, so you're such a hypocrite. 1, 2. Yeah, you know this guy's just sorry because you just got a bunch of beautiful women in front of him, and he's just like, how dare you guys not cover yourselves up? What a loser. Hypocrites will be hypocrites. Yeah, what, like, that's kind of gay, bro. I'm not even saying gay, like, I'm not trying to be mean. It's not bad to be gay, but it is a little gay to tell women to dress like more. Wouldn't you want to see? I don't know. I maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just never understood the conservative viewpoint. Hypocrites will be hypocrites. Oh, those aren't just insults. And I didn't mean gay in a derogatory term. I meant genuinely gay. Like that is kind of gay. Those are religious nationalist incels. Is that a thing? I just need to F off. He mad they don't want the thing old wrinkly balls. That's so funny. Don't want old wrinkly balls. That's so goofy. All right. So you think by not showering, you'll get pee. ... Never mind, bruh. Whatever. All right. Why I no longer shower. What? Brother, why would you never... What? Why? There's no reason you should not be showering, period. Unless you have no access to water and you need it for survival. Then I can understand. Man of Vengeance here on IncelTears, of course. I've gotten tired of showering as it serves no benefits to me, and I hate it when my hair is wet. What kind of 4-year-old mentality is this? First off, serves no benefits is crazy. Do you realize how many diseases and infections and stuff you can get? I'm not saying you will, but the likelihood gets highly increased. I like the rain, but I specifically prefer for a coat or umbrella to cover my head. Okay. Also, it's my way of coping. If don't want to have S with me, then I will make their life living hell by smelling like a pile of cow manure while standing right next to them. I will make my existence an inconvenience to people to serve as revenge for what the world has done to me. I insist for you guys to do the same. This is how supervillains are made. Genuinely. What? That's you understand. This is why you don't have friends, buddy. No one likes a smelly person. Period. Good luck getting a job or anything. This logic is just so ass. Literally, yeah. If this doesn't scream, I need therapy, I don't know what does. Yeah, for real. This is delusion. He's legitimately not hurting or bothering anyone but himself, and he's too delusional to even realize that. Yeah, I mean, the worst case scenario is somebody doesn't like to be around you because you smell like booty hole. You're really going to get like hurt and stuff because you're going to get diseases and all that stuff, you know? If you smell like cow S, people would just avoid you. The fact that this idiot thinks he's accomplishing anything is laughable. Yeah, it's pretty silly. It sounds like Neville from iCarly. You rue this day. It's that type of guy. All right, this next one says seek therapy. Anyone else get pissed off seeing oids live comfortable lives? No. What? Why would I care what if somebody's living a good life or not? Guy, girl, doesn't matter. Incel or not. If I actually hope that these guys are living good lives. I hope that they eventually live a good life. I hope that everybody lives. I hope that you guys, especially as fans of mine or, you know, even viewers, I hope that you guys are living amazing, comfortable lives. Why would that doesn't impact me at all. If anything, it makes me happier to see everybody else living a fucking dope ass life. Like what? This is just misery loves company to a T. Let's see what he says. Yeah, I'm gonna have to blur this. Oh god. All right, he says, oh my god, why does he have to use this language? They were supposed to be slaves, dying from simple diseases, captured in wars and passed around with zero human rights, while men would have all the freedom and status and comfort. But these effie normies decided one day to invent the root of democracy and give them equal, if not more, rights and privileges. More? Equal, I understand, but I mean, I don't even understand why he's saying this is a thing, but I'm saying equal, yeah, but More men definitely have more rights and privileges than women. Are you serious? I'm not even trying to like pander at all. I mean, I'm just being like objective. I mean, I love it as a dude. I mean, it sucks for my sister and stuff. The average oid nowadays lives a life more pleasurable than queens back in the day or back then. She gets easy money, has simps, gets compliments to everyone, gets worshipped by normies, gets gifts, has a lot of free time, zero physical stress, stays online in her comfy bed all day, and hates on the one who gave them these rights. I think you're talking about a very specific set of women that you've definitely like got your algorithm stuck on, because I know most women not living like that. Women didn't wait, hold up. Can I unblur this? I think I can. Thank God. All right. So this next part, he says, women doesn't do not contribute to anything they have now. It was all men. What? His first off, grammar terrible. Women haven't done anything. Are you actually serious? How about create you? How about like all their contributions in like the economy, society, everything? Like actually, even if you were to say trad wife times, right? Like back in the day, they still took care of all the kids in like the house. Like that's a stupid argument. If anything, they're contributing more now than they ever have in the past. Take away every invention men made from a woman in 1 week or less, she'd unalive herself out of boredom. I guarantee you that's how emotionally based creatures they are. Well, let's see what women have invented and see if you can live without it. Let's see. Let's genuinely see. And I'm going to be as objective and unbiased as possible in this take before we read the rest of this. Airplane mufflers. Wild. Reduce the noise on an airplane. Okay, so every time you're on an airplane, it's like instead, all right? Yeah, that would suck. I could live without it though, but that would suck tremendously. Alphabet blocks, nah. Antifungal drug? Oh, dude, if you get a fungal infection, you're screwed. Even diagnosed with AIDS? What? I did not know this. Who invented that? I don't think they specify. No way. Hold up. Did I just see what I saw? Ice cream? The ice cream maker? Nancy Johnson. 1,000,000%. I could not live without that, guys. I love ice cream. Dude, I didn't even know the ice cream maker was made by women. That's crazy. Imagine having to make all ice cream out of like the scientific way. It would never last either. Monopoly, I could live without that. That causes too many fights. Fire escape, that is pretty insane that was invented by a woman. I didn't even know. Very clutch for fire situations. The car heater. Yeah, imagine being in your car without heat, buddy. The modern electric refrigerator. Whoa, that's huge, bro. All of us use fridges. Imagine having to eat everything the day of that you bought. You'd have to go to the store every day. Medical syringe? What? That was invented by women too? Okay, that's also huge. So big. Literally for almost so many different medical procedures. I did know this. Telecommunications technology. I actually knew this. Forgot where I found out this part from, but Shirley Jackson did invent that. The dishwasher. Yeah, I use my dishwasher almost every 4 to 7 days. Pretty clutch. Shout out Josephine. You clutch. Yeah, dude, I just can't even imagine living without some of these inventions here, man. Besides like Monopoly and a couple like silly ones. I mean, computer software, literally. What? That's so huge. Anyways, I digress. They live in this all this comfort while us, the successors of the ones who gave them these rights, are mocked by them for just existing, while we should be the ones having them as captives and passing them around each other if normies didn't effing give them such freedom. Are you like actually deranged in the head? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand, brother. I can't be the only one who rages each time I see a woman living a comfortably and half-be life, or them talking about enjoying daily activities and inventions made by the male supreme gender. I mean, I'm pretty sure women do appreciate some of the inventions just as much as we should appreciate theirs. Like, why? Well, why does that matter at all? Yeah, seek therapy for real. Imbeciles. Women are too emotional. Also imbeciles. Heatedly spews out fever dream garbage. Yeah, it's some silly stuff. The average meme in Indian subreddits nowadays. Is this true? Indian meme, very true. Okay. We got Indian guy who is dressed without a shirt, a tattoo that says Mob OG with a giant cross. Wild. Don't worry, baby. He's just a nerd. Talking about this nerdy guy. Why do you always pick thugs? Years later, hey, baby, remember me? Beat it, chick. Why can't I find a good man? You know what's crazy? I can see this being something that happens in like 1% of scenarios. I mean, I have actually seen something like this happen in real life. But usually the girls that did get impregnated by said guys, I never was really into anyways. I mean, granted, I am the nerd. I was the nerd in school, by the way. I was this guy. Not to this degree, but I definitely was the nerd, dude. I was watching anime and all that. But yeah, I was never really into these type of girls anyways, to start with. So many of these incels think that since they were unpopular as teenagers, surely they would become the rich leaders as adults. No, that's not how anything works. Yeah, you do have to make the change to shift. Like I had to learn how to socialize and get, somewhat charismatic and work out a lot of things, Incels dislike the fact that I was saved from a pedo. What? I'm very grateful to that women who kicked 40-year-old a man's ass who tried to hit on me when I was 17 and then he got disliked or she got disliked. Wild. I mean, at this point, it doesn't even surprise me though. All right, this one says racist incel, okay? Underdog, BT, Black Lives Matter, fist up. Okay, do you guys know how racist and toxic you got to be to bash a woman who just had a newborn child because her husband is black? Crazy work. What? Okay, Soy NY Soini is literally that incel that gets mad that everyone is having S but him. Ain't anybody reproducing with you because you suck, lol. All right, so F Soini Sensory, I don't even know what that is. By having a child with a black man, you are contributing to the decline of white people who make up only 6 to 8% of the global population and who continue to dwindle. Dude, that is crazy. To think of white people as like an endangered species is insane. Additionally, your daughter will face discrimination and bullying due to being a half-breed. Congratulations, you. And this is Alicia. A post to Alicia's. This morning at sunrise, I welcomed my beautiful daughter, and I'm assuming, her husband or her baby daddy is black. She was caught by my husband's hands and blessed us with all 8 pounds of her. That's amazing. Congrats to her. Also, this whole half-breed thing is wild because if I'm not mistaken, unless you live in like rural bumfuckety nowhere, light-skinned people are like arguably the coolest people to know. I remember when I was in school, I wanted to be friends with all the light-skinned people. I thought they were the coolest. So that just doesn't make any sense. I would argue that being mixed is the coolest because you can relate to more people from the get-go, right? You have more diversity and more viewpoints to take at. It's a little bit more nuanced. Anyways, he says failed speculatorily on 2 fronts. White people should be reproducing with their own kind. No, that's silly. People should be reproducing with whoever they want to reproduce with. We are endangered. Again, it acts like they're like an animal. I mean, they are an animal technically, but you know what I mean. Just hope that he doesn't end up leaving you or beating or unaliving you, both of which are statistically very possible. Okay, if he wants to bring in statistics, I'm pretty sure statistically, most serial killers were white men, right? Yeah, 82% of American serial killers were white. What are you trying to say then, buddy? Oh, these guys are so flawed in their arguing. Why are incels such white supremacists? Makes you think that they're all fairly brain damaged. Oh man, silly times. All right, I'm done. We're 40 minutes in, man. I hope you guys had a good one. I mean, even the boys are tired of hearing incel stuff. I mean, look, we got Sora over here passed out. Got Cloud over here about to pass out. Oh, look at him. He just did a little ball. It's like he knew he was gonna be on camera. What's up, buddy? What's up, guy? You going to bed? Yeah, you're going to bed. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I gotta go to bed. I'm probably gonna upload this during the day tomorrow, or morning. Let's do it in the morning. Why not? Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And if you guys, real quick, if you guys are new to the channel, please help me towards 13,000 subscribers. Your boy has been struggling lately with growth. It's been weird. We started stagnating, but it's okay. I'm still here, still gonna be doing videos for you guys because I absolutely love you guys. I have been really busy lately, but I will be getting back into streaming and other things. Also, video essays, mainly video essays. I really like those. I think I'm gonna harp on to those a lot more as soon as I get more free time, probably in like 2 weeks. Yeah, love you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.